First thing I think of when I wake up in the morning is that I feel blessed and shocked at the same time because it's almost unbelievable that I woke up. The pain I feel when I wake up is all over. And I feel sometimes I can't take or live this life one more minute.
This is a man who weighs 1,000 pounds, his body taking up almost the entire cargo area. This man's name is Robert. He is 41 years old. His enormous weight makes it completely impossible for him to care for himself. His abdomen is severely sagging, making it extremely difficult for him to move. When he lies flat, his belly covers almost the entire bed. When he sits up, his belly hangs down over his legs. Fortunately, he has a fiancée who has been taking care of him, handling his daily needs, while his mother goes out to buy food. Next comes the most important part of his day, mealtime. By the time his fiancée has taken just a few bites, Robert has already finished an entire plate of food. His fiancée has begun to worry about his health, because nothing can stop him from eating. If this continues, his health is bound to suffer. Robert knew his fiancée was worried, but he could no longer control his appetite. He decided to go to Houston to seek help from a weight loss specialist. The trip took 3 days. During those 3 days, Robert ate a total of 38 meals. While resting at a hotel along the way, he even got stuck in the hotel hallway and couldn't move, which nearly sent his fiancée into a breakdown. When Robert got up in the morning, he fell again. Given his weight, falling was extremely dangerous. In the end, it took over a dozen firefighters to lift him off the ground. Robert could only keep taking painkillers to ease the pain. They continued their journey to Houston. That night, they finally arrived at the hospital in Houston. The doctor came out personally to meet him. The doctor first weighed him. He weighed 842 pounds. The doctor remarked it was a miracle he was still alive. The doctor admitted him to the hospital for weight loss. The hospital would strictly control his diet. Robert was very cooperative at first. After a month in the hospital, his weight dropped to 718 pounds. He had lost 124 pounds in a month, but he still wasn't at the weight required for surgery. At his checkup in the 3rd month, his weight had dropped to 625 pounds. He had lost a total of 217 pounds in 2 months. The doctor transferred him to a rehabilitation center and instructed him to begin standing and walking exercises so that the lymph nodes in his abdomen could be removed first. During his 1st month at the rehabilitation center, Robert trained very hard. At first, he couldn't even walk out the door, but gradually he was able to walk the entire length of the hallway. 1 month later, his weight had dropped to 547 pounds. The doctor examined the lymphatic tissue in his abdomen and decided to remove the portion on the right side first, as his physical condition could not withstand prolonged anesthesia. On the day of the surgery, the doctor removed a large piece of lymphatic tissue. It took 2 people to lift it onto the scale, and it weighed 39 pounds. After the surgery, Robert, fearing the pain, was reluctant to continue his physical therapy. He wanted to take large doses of painkillers as he had before, but the doctor refused his request, because painkillers can be addictive and may lead to organ failure. The doctor told him he must get up and train, or the subsequent surgeries could not proceed. He was sent back to the rehabilitation center. Before leaving the hospital, the doctor weighed him. He weighed 502 pounds, but after 2 months back at the rehabilitation center, Robert kept using pain as an excuse to refuse training. His fiancée was deeply disappointed in his behavior, and the two had a heated argument. The doctor visited him again and explained all the potential consequences, but Robert still refused to get up and train. The doctor finally decided to send him to a long-term care facility, in the hope that he could regain mobility as soon as possible, because his body had already begun to fail, and he had no time to waste. If he still refused to change, the doctors would no longer be able to help him. During his month at the care facility, Robert still refused to get out of bed and move around. His fiancée was completely disheartened, and even suggested breaking up. Upon hearing that his fiancée was leaving, Robert finally began cooperating with his training. He started practicing standing and walking. He promised his fiancée that they would hold the wedding once he had recovered, and then start a family together. Robert trained very hard, but his physical condition had already deteriorated too much. The rate of his physical decline outpaced his recovery. One night, Robert suddenly suffered a heart attack. The care center immediately rushed him to the hospital for emergency treatment, but in the end, they were unable to save him. Robert passed away. At the age of 41, his fiancée put on the ring he had prepared and held a final farewell service for him at the church.